You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. Welcome to the Back Porch Talk podcast. I'm your co-host, Jason.
Your co-host, Danny.
Fans, we got a nice show for you today. Listen, we're just going to talk about the NFL today, and where we're going to talk about the NFL playoff picture. The Green Bay Packers didn't play, had a bye. The Atlanta Falcons didn't play. They had a bye as well. So we just thought maybe just to go ahead and look at the playoff picture based upon the events that occurred on this past Sunday. Danny, in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills are, as of right now, the number one seed, followed by Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, Tennessee Titans, Cincinnati Bengals, Miami Dolphins, and the LA Chargers. And you have the likes of the New York Jets, New England Patriots in the hunt. Buffalo, they won, they beat the Jets, but it seemed like they didn't look that great in doing so. They won. That's all that matters. They're 10-3. Kansas City is still in the hunt, obviously in the hunt. They're still a favorite. I think you got to watch out for the surging Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're starting to really come on here. They're 9-4, and man, I think they're going to do something here. What say you?
So with this AFC playoff picture, Jason, it was a huge game last night between the Dolphins and Chargers. Boy, Tua. The Dolphins go as he goes. He did not have a good game yesterday.
Mm-mm.
And this may be a huge loss for Miami down the stretch. Kind of depends. It's from a seeding perspective. Chiefs got out to a big lead yesterday, almost lost that to the Broncos, who lost Russell Wilson with a concussion. The Ravens, they pulled it out against the Steelers, so they're sitting in a 3 spot. But when does Lamar come back is the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they can maintain, because Tyler Huntley got hurt too yesterday. Huntley got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So how long can they maintain until Lamar gets back? And the Titans, what happened to the Titans yesterday?
Man, I have no idea.
So they jump out. Derrick Henry's having a great game. He ended up with 120 yards against Jacksonville, who he usually dominates. And the second half, Jacksonville just destroyed them. So they're sitting in that 4th spot, and they're not budging because the Colts, Texans, and Jags aren't going to bump them out of there. So they're going to be one to watch once you get to the playoffs and who they match up against, who's coming to Tennessee. And the Chargers are starting to come on. They're starting to get healthy. So if that win last night may propel them forward in these games. But a lot of divisional matchups are coming up as well, in these last few weeks. So we'll see how this AFC shakes out.
And to the NFC, Danny, with the Philadelphia Eagles leading the way here, are securing a playoff spot, number one seed at 12-1, possibly with the NFL MVP Jalen Hurts putting on the show. Mm-hmm. The Minnesota Vikings takes an L against the Detroit Lions, who the Detroit Lions, man, are coming on, man. Mm. They are coming on, man. They are roaring. And so I would just say this, man, you have got to watch out for the Detroit Lions. I have no faith in the Minnesota Vikings. San Francisco 49ers, 3rd seed. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 4th seed. San Francisco puts a whooping on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pretty much. We'll see what happens with the Buccaneers, man. They just have had an interesting season. I think this is the opportunity where your Atlanta Falcons, who's one game behind, can maybe do something here, Danny. Or 1.5 games behind can do something here. Dallas Cowboys look pedestrian against the Houston Texans. They're the number 5 seed as of right now. The Washington Commanders at number 6, and then the New York Giants at number 7. The Green Bay Packers, Danny, they're 5-8, had a bye this week. I don't know, man. Unless they playing the Chicago Bears the rest of the way every week, I don't know what the hell the Packers going to do from week to week.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Rams. They're at the Miami Dolphins on Christmas Day. I believe they're going to take an L against the Miami Dolphins, quite frankly. Going to be in Miami on Christmas Day. You kidding me? They ain't going to want to play, man. They're going to want to celebrate, man. You kidding me? And that game right there, I think they're going to be like, you know what? 1, 2, 3, Cancun. The following week after Miami, they play the Minnesota Vikings on New Year's Day. And they wrap up against the Lions, who the Lions are going to be ready and really hungry for that game, man, because they could be in playoff contention. The other question, though, that would be had here, or should be known or recognized here, is Aaron Rodgers going to play the rest of the way? I think that's really contingent upon this Rams game, Danny. If the Packers do not beat the Rams and they're playing in Green Bay, then I say Aaron Rodgers the rest of the way. There's no need for him to play in Miami against Minnesota and against the Lions. There's no need for that. But I would say this, Danny, to me, the NFC is the Philadelphia Eagles to lose. And I think they have the MVP in Jalen Hurts. What say you?
Eagles put a whooping on the Giants yesterday. And the Vikings, that's a tough one to lose. They could have clinched the division against the Lions. The Lions look strong. I think with the Lions, though, they play really well at home. So they have a lot of road games, I believe, coming up in their schedule. I don't have the schedule right in front of me. But that being said, they play Green Bay in Lambeau at the end of the season. So that's huge if that game actually is a game to get into the playoffs. 49ers, that defense looks strong, man. And they made Tom Brady look bad yesterday. There were a couple pivotal calls in that game, especially at the beginning. Mike Evans had a touchdown call back, and then Tom Brady missed Mike Evans on another touchdown. But the 49ers, Deebo Samuel got injured. I don't know the severity yet, but he did go out of the game injured. It looked like his ankle or a leg injury. So we got to keep an eye on that for the 49ers because they don't have Deebo. I think they can still get through, but they need Deebo. He's a weapon, and he offsets McCaffrey. Buccaneers, so it's the South, man. NFC and AFC South. They're holding down these 4 spots. It ain't worth anything at this point in time. I always can go on a roll. And I thought yesterday in that 49ers game, if Mike Evans catches that 70-yard touchdown, or if it's not called back, the Buccaneers may have been a different game. So that just killed the momentum. And with that, Atlanta, talking about the NFC South, named Desmond Ridder as their quarterback. Mariota was put on IR actually today. So it's Desmond Ridder's show for the rest of the season to see what he has. So I'm excited to see what he can do and excited for the opportunity. Obviously do not wish anything on Mariota bad, but just wanted to see Ridder, and he gets his opportunity now. And as far as the NFC East, with these last 3 spots with the Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants, they're kind of on that, they're teetering. So we'll see what that Giants-Commanders game produces next week because that's huge. And I'm looking forward to that game. A bad loss yesterday was with the Seahawks. They lost to the Carolina Panthers, who are actually a game behind Tampa Bay as well in the NFC South at 5-8, which is just an abomination, but whatever. So Seattle may have hurt themselves with that loss yesterday from a playoff perspective. I'm pulling for Geno and the Seahawks, but you can't lose that game, and they have a tough stretch to finish the season.
Danny, who's your NFL MVP right now?
At this point, it has to be Jalen Hurts. Without a doubt, man. That dude is playing on a different level, and he just brings so many different elements to the offense that with the running ability, the way he's throwing the ball right now, his accuracy, and that A.J. Brown pickup, we've talked about this. To have that weapon there at your disposal, and they only have Dallas Goedert, their top tight end. So if they get him back for the playoffs, watch out. And then it's going to be on the defense to hold teams down. The offense should be able to do it. And Miles Sanders is playing really well, the running back. They got a lot going for them. And they just need to keep the momentum, and the defense needs to keep playing at a level that can sustain throughout the playoffs. How about you, Jay?
I gotta go with Jalen Hurts. As of right now, the Eagles are the number one overall team in the NFL right now, and the one who is leading at the helm is that of Jalen Hurts. There could be argument made for Patrick Mahomes, but I mean, come on, man. It's got to be Jalen. You got to give him props, man. And thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.